Good afternoon, everybody. How is all my wonderful subscribers and viewers out there doing today? I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. It's Nikki D, and welcome back to the Nikki D channel. Today, we're going to be doing the 2025 WWE Raw Recap episode 13, which was live from Minneapolis, Minnesota, as we was reminded many times throughout the evening. What was your favorite moment of Monday Night Raw? Let me know down in the comment section below. You want to say hi? You want to talk about wrestling? Just post a comment down in the comment section below, and I read and reply to every positive message I see. Don't forget to like the video, share the video all over social media, and smash that subscribe button so you can be notified of all my future videos. With that being said, I hope everybody continues to have an amazing day, and without further ado, let's get to this week's episode of Monday Night Raw. Was live from Minneapolis, Minnesota, as we was reminded many times throughout the evening, and we kicked things off with Adam Pearce in the middle of the ring welcoming everybody to Monday Night Raw. He was in the middle of the ring to discuss what happened in the main event last week with the Women's World Championship, with Io Sky defending against Rhea Ripley, with Bianca Belair as the special guest referee. And Adam Pearce introduced Io Sky to the ring. Io Sky came down to the ring. Then Adam Pearce did the same thing with Bianca Belair and then Rhea Ripley. And once all three women were in the ring, Adam Pearce announced that at WrestleMania 41, Io Sky will defend the Women's World Championship against Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley in a triple threat match, and asked the three women in the ring to sign the contract, but Bianca Belair wasn't happening. She has a valid reason on why, and I kind of see where Bianca Belair's coming from here. Bianca Belair had said that she earned her opportunity to face Io Sky for the Women's World Championship at WrestleMania 41 by surviving the guarded elimination chamber, and Rhea Ripley didn't earn her way into this match, but Bianca Belair said it doesn't matter at the end of the day. She's still gonna walk out Women's World Champion at WrestleMania 41. All three women had signed the contract before Io Sky had drop kicked Rhea Ripley into Bianca Belair, and then Io signed the contract, and Io Sky stood tall to kick off Monday Night Raw. And then we was hit with breaking news. We found out that Braun Breaker will be defending the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 41 in a fatal four-way match between himself, Penta, Dominic Mysterio, and Finn Balor, which led us into a Judgment Day promo. And the Judgment Day pretty much said it doesn't matter whether it's Finn Balor or Dominic Mysterio. It looks like the Intercontinental Championship is going to be coming back to the Judgment Day, so we'll definitely see at WrestleMania 41 whether Dominic Mysterio and Finn Balor either A, work together, or B, end up fighting each other in the end. Maybe even both. We'll find out in about 2 weeks' time. And then we went into the Women's Intercontinental Championship match, as we had our first match of the evening with Lyra Valkyria defending against the challenger Bayley, and these two are going to be teaming up together in the Gauntlet match on Friday Night SmackDown, but for Monday Night Raw, they were going one-on-one for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, and we had a lot of grappling to start this match. Both women exchanged control before Bayley made the first big move of the night with a roll-up for a 1-2 kick out. then Lyra was able to hit the takedown, but Bailey, again, just the veteran instincts of Bailey to roll up Lyra Valkyria again for a 1-2 kick out. And then Bailey hit a beautiful knee, but Lyra Valkyria was able to counter moments later into a roll up of her own for a 1-2 kick out. And then Lyra started to hit kicks to Bailey before being able to hit a Northern Light suplex for a 1-2 kick out. And then Lyra ended up getting locked into a submission and a roll up for a 1-2 kick out, which is where we saw Bailey start to get back control of the match after Lyra Valkyria missed on a kick. But that didn't last long as Bailey missed on a move of her own. Lyra Valkyria, though, was able to hit a drop kick out of the ring, and then Lyra Valkyria countered that up with a crossbody for a 1-2 kick out. And after that, we went to the commercial break. And when we came back, Bailey had Lyra locked in a half crab before Lyra was able to squirm out and fight back. And then these two women just started throwing blows at each other. Bailey was able to hang Lyra up on the top rope and hit a beautiful baseball slide kick. But Bailey ended up missing the suicide dive, which Lyra Valkyria went for a suicide dive of her own. That ended up getting reversed into a Bailey to belly with both women down outside of the ring, and we thought we was going to have a count out victory. But in classic fashion, both women get back into the ring for the count of 9, and Bailey tries to hit a move of her own, but she ended up missing, which set Lyra Valkyria up to hit a beautiful Nightwing for a 1-2 kick out. And then Lyra tried to top that up, but ended up missing on her move before Bailey hit not one but 2 knees to the face for a 1-2 kick out. And then Bailey and Lyra Valkyria started to go up to the top rope. Lyra was fighting back before Bailey hit a sunset flip into the corner. Both women were down at that point. And then when both women got back up, Lyra Valkyria was able to hit a beautiful tornado DDT right into a fisherman suplex for a 1-2 kick out. And then Lyra Valkyria went to the top rope. She ended up getting caught by Bailey. Bailey locked in the Boston Crab on Lyra Valkyria, but Lyra Valkyria would not tap out even when she was dragged back to the middle of the ring. So Bailey, thinking she couldn't get the win that way, ended up taking Lyra Valkyria out of the Boston Crab in order to hit a Rose Plant, which is where Lyra Valkyria was able to get the roll up 1, 2, 3 as Lyra Valkyria defeated Bailey via pinfall to retain the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And then we had an interview with Bert Kreischer from Netflix, I believe, and Chad Gable ended up interrupting that interview before Alpha Academy came in to save the day as Otis and Bert were having the time of their lives. Before Kathy Kelly sat down with AJ Styles for an interview, which was interrupted by Karrion Kross. AJ Styles was talking about his match with Logan Paul at WrestleMania 41, and Karrion Kross really acting like the devil on AJ Styles' shoulder right now with this storyline between these two. I absolutely love what they're doing. But that's how we wrapped up hour 1 of Monday Night Raw. This week's episode of Monday Night Raw was live from Minneapolis, Minnesota, as we was reminded many times throughout the evening, so it's only fitting that we start hour 2 with El Grande Americano teaming up with American Made to take on Dragon Lee in the LWO in a 6-man tag team match. And Wild and Julius started out the match, but then Julius ended up tagging in the big man Brutus, and they started going at it before everybody just piled in the ring. Almost gave us that tornado tag type feel. As the LWO ended up running wild, and they ended up hitting a triple suicide dive. No, before we got in the ring, and then American Maiden El Grande ended up countering that by hitting a triple suplex from the top rope with all six men down in the ring as we went to the commercial break. But when we came back from the commercial break, Julius Creed was in control of the match. Dragon Lee did tilt the favor in the corner in his favor or whatever, and he did hit a kick. Ended up going up to the top rope. But then Julius got caught in the tree of woe, and Dragon Lee was able to hit a beautiful stomp. And then Del Toro ended up getting the tag in, but Brutus got the tag in as well, and Del Toro was flying around everywhere, in the ring, out the ring. He was everywhere when he got the tag. Del Toro came in and really run wild. He ended up taking off his shirt before going to the top rope, and Del Toro was able to hit a beautiful kick on El Grande Americano for a 1-2 kick out, and then Del Toro got the tag into Dragon Lee, and the LWO was running the double team on American Maiden El Grande Americano, and Dragon Lee was able to hit a power bomb, but then as soon as he was going for the pinfall, it was broken up as Julius hit a shooting star press, and I was really impressed because a man of his size shouldn't be able to fly up the ropes like that, but Julius Creed doing it with ease on Monday Night Raw, and then Wild was able to hit a suicide dive, but then Del Toro, continuing the high-flying action, was able to hit a top rope corkscrew, and then El Grande Americano got something in his mask, a piece of steel. He was able to hit a headbutt, and then he went to the top rope and hit a flying headbutt for a 1-2-3 as El Grande Americano and American Made defeated the LWO via pinfall on Monday Night Raw. And then, after that, we had the arrival of the World Heavyweight Champion, the Ring General Gunther, came out and came down to the ring, but he was quickly interrupted, by Jey Uso, before Gunther could even utter a word, and, Jey Uso came through the crowd, and, Jey Uso was not yeeting. This man was not bouncing around. This man looked angry. This man looked like he was woken up by something in his head, a completely different side of Jey Uso that we saw this week on Monday Night Raw. He ended up getting in the ring with the Ring General Gunther, and he asked Gunther, have you spoke to your mom? Have you spoke to your family? How they doing? And he went on to tell Gunther about how his conversation with his mom was going after Jey Uso had to tell his mom that Big Brother Jimmy's been up in the hospital bed with 15 stitches in his head, and then Jey Uso said that he went home and he prayed and he asked for forgiveness for what he is about to become at WrestleMania 41, and this back and forth between Gunther and Jey Uso is the best thing in my opinion that could have happened to Jey Uso. It's waking him up. It's getting that inner beast out of Jey Uso, and I am really excited to see what version of Jey Uso that we do see at WrestleMania 41. But after that segment, we had the whole recap between Roman, Seth, and CM Punk. As CM Punk told the world on Friday Night SmackDown of the favor that Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns had asked him months ago in order to be his partner at Survivor Series. So CM Punk ended up saying that Paul Heyman is going to be in the corner of CM Punk at WrestleMania 41 and not the corner of Roman Reigns, which honestly really tilts this whole rivalry, in my opinion. I can't wait to see CM Punk come out to the ring with Paul Heyman by his side. I never thought we would see that again, especially over the past 4 or 5 years. But it was a blockbuster announcement. Absolutely loved the blast of the past. And then we went on to the World Tag Team Championship as the War Raiders were defending against the New Day. And Kofi Kingston and Ivar started out this match. And Ivar ended up holding the ring early on. And then Ivar was able to get the tag to Eric. And Kofi Kingston was able to get the tag to Xavier Woods. And Xavier Woods ended up getting control of this match when he was able to attack Eric from behind, and Xavier Woods was able to hit the stomp, tagged in Kofi, and then the double team New Day stomp ensued from there. Eric was then able to hit a double clothesline once he got control of the match again, and was able to tag in Ivar, and Ivar took control before getting the tag to Eric, as we had frequent back and forth tags from the War Raiders, and a double team on the New Day ensued. Eric dumped Xavier Woods out of the ring, and Ivar ended up throwing Kofi Kingston into the barricade, and Eric was able to hit a crossbody on Xavier Woods into the barricade, showing just how devastating the War Raiders can be as we went to the commercial break. When we returned from the commercial break, though, the New Day was in control of this match, and for a short time before Eric was able to counter both men and get the tag. Kofi Kingston got the tag, but Eric was running wild. Spike Kofi Kingston followed it up with a double team by the War Raiders. The War Raiders were able to hit the War Machine on Kofi Kingston. 1-2, saved by Xavier Woods. And at this point, Xavier Woods brought a steel chair into the match, acting like he was going to use it. He threw the steel chair at Ivar, and Ivar just, I guess, didn't know the referee was literally right there, but all rage aside, he ended up using it on Xavier Woods right in front of the ref, which means the match was thrown out and ended in disqualification. The New Day defeating the War Raiders via DQ, but the War Raiders keep the titles, and the New Day proceeded to destroy the War Raiders security, but then the War Raiders ended up getting saved by security, so definitely can't wait to see what happens there next. And that's how we wrapped up hour 2 of Monday Night Raw. This week's episode of Monday Night Raw was live from Minneapolis, Minnesota, as we was reminded many times throughout the evening. And hour 3 of Monday Night Raw kicked off with Penta going one-on-one with Dominic Mysterio, and Penta was in control of this match early, but these two ended up having a slap fest, and Dominic Mysterio, proving that he's no slouch, ends up taking control, and Dominic was able to hit a splash in the corner until Penta was able to fight back and get back into the match, but then Dominic ended up turning it back into his favor, and he continued to beat Penta down in the corner, but then Penta was able to get out and hit a beautiful Hurricanrana, followed it up with a sling blade, and then Penta went to the top rope and was able to hit a beautiful dive from the top rope before we went to commercial break. And when we returned from commercial break, both men were on the top rope. Penta missed off the top rope, and then Dominic was able to get control, and when he did, he was able to hit the Three Amigos for a 1-2 kick out, and then Dominic was able to set Penta up for a 619, but he wasn't able to hit it. Penta then hit a knee, followed by a a headstand drop kick to Dominic in the corner for a 1-2 kick out. And then Dominic was able to reverse Penta and hit a beautiful Mexican destroyer. And then he was able to hit the 619. Dominic was going to the top rope. But when he went for the splash, Penta was able to get his knees up, attempted to roll up Dominic Mysterio for a 1-2 kick out. And then Penta was able to take down Dom. He was able to hit a sacrifice on Dominic Mysterio and finished off this match with a beautiful Penta driver. 1, 2, 3. Penta was able to defeat Dominic Mysterio via pinfall, and then after the match, Carlito attacked Penta with a backstabber until Braun Breaker arrived, ended up spearing Carlito, got into the ring, speared Dominic Mysterio, and then looked at Penta, speared Penta, and then Finn Balor came in and took down Braun Breaker, holded up the IC title, and but then Braun Breaker ended up rising back up, and Finn Balor was able to avoid a spear from Braun Breaker as Braun Breaker ended up holding the ring. And then we had our main event segment. For the first time in a long time, the least that I can remember, the main event wasn't a match, it was a segment, and Paul Heyman arrived, came out to the ring, and he ended up saying that his loyalties to Roman Reigns and CM Punk both are true, and he will remain loyal to both his best friend and his tribal chief, regardless of the fact of whether he's in Roman Reigns or CM Punk's corner for WrestleMania 41. And then he was interrupted by Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins really went into detail of what happened with Paul Heyman after WrestleMania 40 with the new bloodline, and how Solo and his crew treated Paul Heyman during that time. And he asked Paul Heyman, did Roman Reigns come back to save you? And Paul Heyman said no. And it got into a really deep conversation. And then eventually Seth Rollins ended up getting physical with Paul Heyman, which had CM Punk arrive. And CM Punk and Seth Rollins started to brawl until Seth Rollins was able to hit a beautiful stomp on CM Punk, which at this point, Paul Heyman went to go check out, knocked out CM Punk to see how he was doing, and in the process, Seth Rollins was setting up to stomp Paul Heyman, and Seth Rollins on purpose missed the stomp that Paul Heyman looked at Paul Heyman and said, now you owe me a favor. And it was a beautiful way to close out the show and really intensify the rivalry between Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk. And that's how we ended this week's episode of Monday Night Raw. And that was 2025 WWE Raw Recap episode 13, which was live from Minneapolis, Minnesota, as we was reminded many times throughout the evening. What was your favorite moment of Monday Night Raw? Let me know down in the comment section below. You want to say hi? You want to talk about wrestling? Just post a comment down in the comment section below, and I read and reply to every positive message I see. Don't forget to like the video, share the video all over social media, and you made it all the way to the end of this video, go smash that subscribe button so you can be notified of all my future videos. And if you want to see some more of me, Nikki D, then go check out another one of my videos, because I got hours of content that'll keep you entertained well into the evening. With that being said, I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. I'm Nikki D, this is the Nikki D channel, and I will see all of y'all beautiful people next time. Bye, y'all!